All right, so if you're a creator, chances are you spent some time with ChatGPT, right? But here's the thing, relying only on ChatGPT? That's kind of like trying to build an entire house with just a hammer. It's a great tool, but it's not the only tool. Today, we're going to open up the whole AI toolbox. We're talking about finding the perfect, specialized tool for every single job to seriously level up your workflow.
And this quote, this just hits nail on the head, doesn't it? Newman Jakob from WP Beginner points out something we've all probably felt. You know, ChatGPT is amazing for getting started, but it's a generalist. And when you need a very specific tone or a certain structure, or you're trying to do something really specialized, that one-size-fits-all vibe can just fall flat.
So that brings up the big question, right? If ChatGPT isn't always the perfect tool for the job, then what is? I mean, if you're a writer or a video creator or a marketer, what are those specialist tools you absolutely need in your toolkit? Well, let's dive in and break it down, starting with the bedrock of pretty much all content. Okay, first up, writing and research assistance. This is where we find that perfect voice for whatever we're creating. And look, just like you wouldn't use that same hammer for every single job in a workshop, you're not going to use one single AI for every writing task. It's all about matching the right tool to the job you're trying to do. So here's the fundamental difference, the way I see it. ChatGPT, it's like a big blank canvas. It's awesome for brainstorming, for just throwing ideas out there. But these specialist tools, they're more like a guided workshop. They have structured workflows built right in to help you get to a specific outcome, whether that's killer marketing copy, a perfectly cited research paper, or a super long blog post. Okay, let's get into some specific examples. If you basically live inside Google Docs and Gmail, then Gemini is going to be your new best friend. It's integrated right in. Now, if you're writing long-form stuff like big blog posts, you've got to check out Claude. The formatting is just cleaner, it's more structured. And for research, oh man, Perplexity is an absolute game changer. It actually searches the live web and gives you citations you can click on. No more making stuff up.
And believe it or not, it gets even more specialized from there. For all you business folks out there, you've got tools like Copy.ai, which is literally built to automate marketing copy and sales emails. Then there's Jasper, which is amazing for teams that need to keep everything on brand. And HubSpot's AI, it's baked right into their marketing platform, so you can generate outlines and drafts right where you're running your campaigns. Super efficient.
Okay, but what's the point of creating all this great content if nobody sees it, right? This is a huge deal for bloggers and marketers. A standard AI can spit out some keywords, sure, but to really compete in search results, you need a tool that's built from the ground up for SEO.
And that brings us to this really cool new idea called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO for short. It's all about using AI not just to write the words, but to optimize them for search engines. And you've got specialized tools like SEO Boost made for exactly this. They do things ChatGPT just can't, like giving you real-time SEO scores and super smart keyword suggestions. You're basically building content that's designed to rank from the very first word.
All right, so we've covered writing. Now let's jump into the fun stuff, video and music. For so long, making professional-looking videos and audio meant you needed super expensive gear and complicated software. Well, AI is just blowing all of that up. It's literally turning your laptop into a full-blown production studio. And the tools popping up in this space are just mind-blowing. You've got Pika Labs, where you can just type a sentence and get these short cinematic clips. Then there's Runway ML, which is like an AI video editor that can magically remove objects or backgrounds. And get this, Synthesia can take a script you wrote and turn it into a polished video with a super realistic AI presenter. You don't even need a camera anymore.
Now, let's talk about AI images. If you've ever tried to get an AI image generator to write actual readable words, you know the pain. It's just a mess of squiggly, alien-looking text, right? It's been a massive headache for creators, until now. One tool has actually cracked the code.
So while most of these tools are fantastic for making art, they just choke on text. But Ideogram? It's different. It was built specifically to handle text inside of an image. And this is a total game changer for making things like YouTube thumbnails, social media posts, or even just brainstorming logos where, you actually need people to be able to read the words.
This revolution is happening in the audio world too. I mean, you have tools for everything. On one end of the spectrum, you have Suno AI, which can generate a whole song. We're talking lyrics, vocals, instruments, the whole shebang, just from a simple idea. Then you've got something like ElevenLabs, which can take any text and create an incredibly realistic voiceover. And if you just need some background music for your video, SoundRaw.io will whip up some royalty-free tracks that perfectly match whatever mood you're going for.
Okay, so everything we've talked about so far has been pretty easy to use, mostly web-based tools. But for those of you who are power users, who want total control, who want to customize everything, and maybe you're a little concerned about privacy, there is a whole other universe of AI that's really starting to take off.
And this comment from a user on Reddit really cuts to the chase. It's a super important point. See, tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, they're what you call closed systems. You type in your prompt, you send your data off to some giant corporation servers, and they send you back an answer. But there's another way to do it. And this is what they're talking about, an open source LLM, or large language model. What does that mean? It means it's an AI model you can literally download from a site like Hugging Face and run it right on your own computer. This is huge. It means all your data, all your prompts, they stay completely private. You're not sending anything to a big company.
Now, if you're a bit more on the technical side, this opens up a whole new world of possibilities. You can run these incredible models like Q&Free, which is amazing for creative writing, or DeepSeek, which is great for complex problem solving. It gives you a level of control that you just can't get with the commercial tools, letting you tweak and fine-tune the AI to be perfect for whatever you need.
So, knowing all these different tools exist is great, but the real magic, the real power, comes when you start chaining them together into a workflow. Because look, no single AI is perfect for every step of a project. The real genius is in building your own personal creator's assembly line.
So what does that actually look like? Well, imagine this. You start with ChatGPT, just to brainstorm some raw ideas. Then, you take that idea over to Jasper to polish the script and make sure it matches your brand's voice. Step 3, you pop that script into ElevenLabs to get a perfect voiceover. Step 4, you generate all your cool visuals with Pika Labs and Ideogram, and finally, you stitch it all together in an AI editor like CapCut. See? Each step uses the absolute best tool for that one specific job.
Okay, so you've got this incredible power, this whole assembly line at your fingertips. So what's the catch? What's the price tag? How much cash do you need to shell out to get started with a workflow exactly like the one we just mapped out?
That's right, 0. Every single category we talked about today, writing, research, video, audio, you name it, has powerful free or freemium tools you can start using right now. The barrier to entry for making pro-level content, it's not money anymore. It's not expensive gear. It's just knowing which tools to use and how to string them together.
Look, the old excuses are gone. The tools are here, they're easy to get to, and a ton of them are free. AI has completely leveled the playing field, giving you the freedom to create anything you can imagine.